Foxes, here we go then. Q3 at race number 8, the Australian GP. Story of qualifying so far is Hansen 46 getting through to his first Q3 session. You can see VXR, Fresh Agent, Snacks, WKD Moss, Toad Carrot, Hansen, Wylapanau, Exotic Plains, Flecky 321 and Dutchster getting through. So both McLarens and both Ferraris, they are the only teams that have both of their drivers into the top 10 shootout. So it seems a lot of cars heading out very, very early. So I think that's 6 starting to head out. Get their laps in, get things running. So this is a 12-minute session. Look at that, over a minute has gone already. Time flies in Q3. It's scary how when you're in Q3, I know it's, you know, it's not massively longer, but it feels a lot more than what it is. It really feels like crunch time when you get down to this Q3 session. And pressure's on. This is a circuit where you can pull out gaps and you can make your grid position count. But Exotic Plains right now, he is faced with a 5-place grid penalty for colliding with a vehicle under double waved yellows. In fact, it was a case of the car was in the process of being sort of moved away from the track, and he clipped it, he went through it, and the game has recognized that as a hit and penalized him for it. I think he is going to be one of the first over the line. Wylapanau and Flecky preceding. Let's see what he's got, because he is in need of a very good lap here. Although he's cementing that P3, he'll be wanting to get some valuable points in that Constructors title bid. That's not bad. Gets the car straightened up nicely. Rides the curbs well. Yeah, clips that inside right, moves it out to the left, braking just past that 100-meter board, down through the gears, quickly fire up a little bit of hers on the exit of this corner. It just tends to help balance the car and get you into the higher gears that you really want, accelerating out. Ooh, a little bit of a miss-shift by the sounds of it. Firing up through the gears, here we go, AJ corner. Holds it in 7th, holds it really well, he's on the grass. Oh, a little bit too much.
He's back right off.
It's got to back off there.
Gillian had a big moment through AJ corner in front of him on the road.
Fastest.
Was stationary on the road for a while, managed to keep it out of both walls miraculously, so I don't know whether he's just gone for a spin and just happened to be on the right line that he didn't hit anything, but yeah, Exotic doing exactly what he should have done when Stormchester crashed, is just lift off. Probably trying to gather his heart rate after that one. That was quite a nice save from the young man.
Let's see what the Flying Dutchman's got. Snacks 22. He is claimed first in both practice sessions so far. What can he do? Wow, 120.534. That is a very, very decent lap time indeed. VXR comes around the final corner. What has he got as he crosses the line? It's good enough for P4, a 42.1. Toad Carrot at 21.9. Exotic and Wylapanau obviously crossing the line on solo laps. Ooh, big lockup from Wylapanau, but he manages to just about get away with it, I think. So Fresh Agent now leaving the pits as well. WKD Moss comes round turn 1 and 2 on his timed lap. Ferraris just seem to be roaring back into life at the back end of this season. We tipped them, like I said in the build-up, we tipped them to be a really strong driver pairing, particularly when it came to the Constructors, but they just weren't quite getting the results that we knew they were capable of in the early races of the season. But a bit of a baptism of fire. They've certainly come to the fore in the past few races, got plenty of good points, and here they are in Australia, both of them in Q3. Nice through the chicane. He's pushing, really, really keen to see what Moss has got in the locker here. Exotic Plains goes quicker, a 120.772. That is quite a wedge in between first and third, it must be said. Let's see what he's got. Comes up towards the line nicely using the curb. DRS wide open. The jaunt to line. It's good enough for P4. Look at that. Beats his teammate by 2/10. 6,000ths behind Flecky in P3. Wow. Expect those places to be changing in their second runs. No doubt a few thousandths or a few tens are going to be found elsewhere. See what Agent's got.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see what this is. To say, Agent was running really, really well. He was posting very similar times to me and Moss earlier when we had our little practice session. So he's really starting to feel comfortable around here.
Got a bit of confidence about him. See, this is the thing about Agent. I rate him as a very good, driver, but I think he needs to get his teeth out more. I think he needs to be a bit more aggressive, and not in terms of like elbows out and sort of wiping people out, not that kind of aggressive, but really, really push the limits in qualifying. He sets quick enough times to get into Q3, but yet to see really throw the car around in a quali lap in that Q3
I think he's a serious candidate for the other drivers when they come to their driver's driver. Because I think if we had a category for most improved driver, I think he's walking it at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you. I say he's getting better and better all the time. The confidence is starting to come, and as we've always said, the speed is the easiest thing to get. It's about putting all the basics in. It's about having the confidence to push where you know and challenge yourself. And he's reaping the benefits of that at the moment. See where this is going to put him. Up to P5. There we go. 21.7.
3 teams.
So that is three of them.
Yeah.
7-11, 7-17 and 7-34. That is 25,000 across 3 cars.
Wow. That really is not a lot. Now we got Hansen who's about to set us that. Wide Appanel is spinning right the way round in the pit lane. I honestly don't know what he's doing. What's Hansen got? Hansen, it is enough for P9 at the moment. Might be going at 4.
He's in touch though. That's the important thing. No, it's not miles off the back. He's got about a tenth and a half to VXR. Another tenth and a half up to Dutch and Toad Carrot.
What was his Q2 time?
His Q2 time was a 21.7.
Wow. So he's got plenty more in the tank. I mean,
he's got plenty in the bank. He could get involved in that third, fourth, fifth battle. Yeah.
I mean, if he can pull that lap out of the bag like he did in Q2, this could become a very, very interesting final qualifying session. To have 4 cars all pushing the 21.7s. It comes down to these fine margins, how quickly they can accelerate out the corner, the speed that they're able to carry through AJ corner here. He does it nicely, it must be said.
Yep, tricky last sector though. A lot of these corners you've got to be a lot more patient. I guarantee, Ultra, you'd be sweating a lot more if you were bloody driving, mate. Because this is looking hot. The battle for pole is on. With that being said, though, with no Ultra, what's Snax's mindset going to be here? If he finds himself with an exotic who's fighting really, really hard, if you're Snax, you have one eye. Think, all right, Ultra's not here. Exotic can have that win, or do you want to go out and win as much as possible?
As much as we, as the fans and spectators, want to see this come down to the final race of the year, as a driver, you don't. You want it done and dusted and won. Because, in all fairness, if he can get a full haul of points, if he can come away with the win and the extra point for fastest lap, that is a huge chunk. That is a full race win difference that will have, as well as those 3 points that he's currently got. So it means he can afford to have one race where it all goes terribly wrong, which means in the USA next week, as long as he finishes and gets good points, it will become mathematically impossible for him to lose the championship. So look, a strong showing here. Effectively, you know, it's not 100%, but if Snacks takes home the Grand Slam here, so with the fastest lap, pole position is always a winner. No points for pole position, but it's always nice to have. And the race win, if he can take home all of that, he starts to get a hand on that trophy. It's not quite there, but it's a hand on it. Really keen to see what Moss and Toad Carrot have got. I mean, Toad Carrot, wow. Oh, I think he's going very cautiously through that chicane. Oh, WKD Moss, what's happened here?
That's AJ corner.
With Moss. It's AJ corner. Yeah, there's a Ferrari middle of the road. Oh my days, the left rear is off as Snacks goes quicker. A 120.1.
This might kill. I was going to say it might kill Gillian's only trout. He's really in need of a lap. He did not need that to happen. He negotiates it well.
We definitely need something to happen.
2 corners to go then for Mr. Gillian.
I mean, he may
Lovely
get
through the penultimate corner. Keep that back end in check. Power out.
He's going to get across the line with another opportunity, which he might as well try and take. Wow,
it's good enough for P2. Woo-hoo-hoo! And more crucially, it would have been pole had Snacks not gone quicker. While that was destined for pole there.
Wow, so it was important that Snacks did get that final lap in. Let's see if Wylap can keep pushing and go any quicker. Meanwhile, Exotic Planes is still pushing. Snacks has still got the chance at another lap. Meanwhile, VXR and the Renault, I think, is eased off. He's just coming into the pit lane. A fresh agent flying up through the gears. Can he improve on P8? Only needs a couple of hundreds. It is not a lot in it, that is for sure. Wylap retires.
Get it? Yeah, he's put it in the wall.
Oh
so
dear.
Luckily he had set that time.
Oh dear.
So going for a bit of all or nothing as our Gillian, and it's ended up with nothing.
He rolled the dice.
Might hurt this Renault. Yeah, roll the dice, and sometimes you lose, unfortunately. What are these McLarens doing? Are they finishing laps?
Exotic Planes just comes across the line. VXR is definitely on a flyer. Great from him.
Tried to give Agent a cheeky little toe, maybe to give him the time he needed there. Didn't quite work out for him.
I think he backs off. I don't think he's going any quicker. I'm not too sure.
Shout out to VXR. He's P5
performance
in this qualifying session. Very, very good shift from him.
He comes into the pit lane. Look at that. 10.5 faster than Flecky. That does not happen too often. Wow. That is it for Q3. Snacks with the triple P1 in Q1, Q2 and in Q3 where it really, really matters. AJ Corner claiming another victim in that Q3 session. Are we going to see a few victims at that corner in the race? Maybe some safety cars, really mixing things up in terms of strategy. As ever, Foxes, do not go anywhere. Snacks then your pole man with Red Bull Racing, a 120.198, a solid time to take pole position. Wylap NL as well locks out an all Dutch front row with a 120.411. Exotic Planes as ever in P3, but will be relegated with that grid penalty. So Toad Carrot VXR, all others will be pushed up a grid slot. Oh, excuse me, as I choke on air. Oh my god.
I was going to say, on
my goodness me. Hansen finishes in P10. Dutchster only slightly ahead of him. But let's not forget, Wylap NL in P2 starting on mediums.